Hi, I'm Leanne. Welcome to Swift Fitness. For more information, go to swiftfitness.com.au or like us on Facebook. Today's exercise program is a really simple one. I've had a lot of Swifties start in the studio lately who are coming to me, and they've had a decent amount of time where they've been quite inactive. And what we want to do is it's almost like we just want to wake up those muscles a little bit without putting too much pressure or strength on them, get them back working again. But the way we're going to do that is smart. We're going to do it in short bursts of exercise, only working with about 4 or 5 exercises at a time. And we just want to do it at a low intensity, so not heavy weights or anything. And we're just checking posture. So checking posture, making sure core muscles around here are switched on, pelvis is tucked under, all those type of things. So let's get into it. So we're just going to do a really light warm-up. So we just want to walk on the spot. It doesn't have to be anything too dramatic. We're going to do this for about 30 seconds. So just keep walking it out. I'm going to guess how long we've been going for, probably about 10, 15 at this stage. And there goes another 5. About 10 seconds to go. It doesn't have to be exact. Sometimes exercise is just all about getting out there and doing it, and not necessarily making sure you're doing it, spot on to the time. Always making sure you're doing correct posture, of course. All right, and we've definitely gone over our 30 seconds by now. It is really good to attach a really good dynamic stretching activity to this workout before you do your warm-up. So for more dynamic stretching, you can go back and look at some of the dynamic stretching that we've got on the Swift YouTube. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is we're just going to do chair raises and sits. So what you want to do is grab your kettlebell, so the lightest one you've got. So this one's just a 4 kilo. And we're just going to go up and down. Sitting down and standing up. That's 2. We're going for 12. So we're going to aim for about 12. 3, 4, making sure you're engaging core when you go to stand up. Your shoulders are down and back. 4, 5, 6, good job. 7, 8, 9, 10, nearly there. 11, and 1 more to go, and 12. Good job. Let's give our legs a bit of a rest. Move on to our arms. What I want you to do is do a one-armed row. So I want you to get the back of a chair, put one leg back, and from here we're just going to row this back. Squeeze that shoulder, the lower part of the shoulder blade. A little bit of a tilt, still supporting the chair. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, nice and controlled, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good job. Swap it around. You don't swap the chair around, but I'm just swapping it around so you can see what I'm doing. Other foot goes back, straight into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good job. Okay, the next one we're going to do is push-ups. So you can do push-ups on the wall to start with. So if you want to, just make sure they're about chest height, toes are back, nice and tight, butt's tucked under, and then you can just push up for here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good job. Okay, the next one we're going to move through is we're going to move into a bit of a deadlift. Be really careful with this. If you do have back problems and your back is not stable, always seek professional assistance before you try anything such as a deadlift. But if you know you're pretty good, take it easy. Once again, we're going to work with our 4 kilo. Pop our chair out of the way for a second. Okay, so, and what we're going to do with it is we're just going to go down to about there, and then we're going to pick it off the ground, come up, and then lift it above our heads, down and down. So keep your bum nice and back, down. You don't want to go it's not a squat, so you don't want to go all the way. So you don't want to go, I'm just going to show you quickly what you don't want to do. You don't want to go down to here, okay? It's more of a deadlift where you're slightly bent to the knees and you're picking something off the ground. But your core, you're very, very controlled when you're doing it. I think I'm up to about 6, but I think I've lost count, so you're probably counting better than I am. And we're also doing shoulders a little bit because we're lifting it above our head. Once again, if you're getting any niggles in your lower back or anywhere that's a bit funny, please stop. Reassess whether you should be doing this exercise. If not, just skip to the next one and come back to it when you've gained a bit more strength. All right, that's good. I think that was about top, not really sure, but that's right, you get the idea. Okay, next one we're going to do is we're going to do a bicep curl. We've stuck with this same weight the whole way. This time we're doing 2 arms either side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good job. Beautiful. All right, and then we're going to flip it around the back. Be careful if you've got any particular shoulders. You still want to grab it by the corns, but be careful if you've got any shoulder or elbow injuries. If you do, you might need to readjust it so your shoulders are actually forward and you're just pushing it forward in that position. Otherwise, if your shoulders aren't too bad and they're pretty good, you can lift it above your head. And here we go. 1, 2, knees bent, tummy tucked, pelvis under. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good job, guys. Beautiful. Okay, now the last thing we're going to do, always remember to bend your knees when you pop your kettlebells down. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to walk on core strength. I'm going to give you 2 options. Some people are just not too strong enough in the core, and what you can do, I'm going to do this with the kettlebell actually because it just feels that bit more resistance. Hold your kettlebell against your tummy, and all I want you to do is tighten your core muscles and your pelvic floors, and then release it. Tighten your core and your pelvic floors and release it, and you'll just feel your core muscles tightening sort of into that kettlebell. And you can just do that 12 times. That's a fantastic way to start, particularly if you've got no core strength whatsoever and you need to build it. I know it may feel that you're not moving, but it's a really good place to start where you're not putting extra pressure on any joints and letting your core build up without that extra resistance. Otherwise, you can go into the plank. So the plank, we love the plank in the studio. So you can either go down onto your knees. You don't actually want to be on your knees. You want to be on the front of your thighs. So I don't want to hear anyone saying that they've got sore kneecaps because you're not on the right position if that's the case. Tuck your pelvis under, arms nice and straight ahead. Don't clench them. So when you're doing it, I just want to show you what my arms are like on the floor. They're like this on the floor. They're not like this. That position supports itself. We don't want it. We want the back to come into strength position and hold it out like that. So you want to go on the front of your thighs. So go down, and then from here you just want to pull up. But make sure you're on the front of your thighs. You're not on your kneecaps. I can't stress that enough. If you are on your kneecaps, what you'll find is your bum will come up in the air and you won't actually be able to engage your core correctly. And you can just hold that for as long as you possibly can. Okay, so that's one round. So a few really simple exercises to start off. We just worked with our 4 kilo kettlebell and we just needed a chair for the exercises and obviously a small area of floor. So go to it. If you've got any questions, you can contact me at Swift Fitness through swiftfitness.com.au, and like us on Facebook and enjoy your workout. If you've got enough strength, please make sure you do that twice. If you're building up, you can do it 3 times. If you get to 3 times and it's really not enough, then you should be going up to your next weight in your kettlebell. I think that's all I need to say. Have fun, enjoy it, and yeah, get stronger. See you next time.